All right, here we go, guys. I got another cool tutorial for you. And with this one, we're doing more of the automatic drawing thought form technique. And I think I'm going to do a few tutorials of this in the next few weeks because this technique, the automatic drawing thought form technique, it's pretty much the best technique I've found for radionics so far. And it's very versatile. For this one, we're going to be using the broadcaster because the broadcaster is basically my favorite box to use for protection. That and the vampire box, but the broadcaster, I love using these. They're nice, they're slick, they're compact, and they pack a punch. So we're going to use the automatic drawing thought form technique, and what we're going to do is basically create like a wall of protection around us. You know, it could be around you, around your house, probably the whole thing. I would visualize you inside your house and the whole dome of protection. So you can use like a group of angels protecting you. Um, you can use it doesn't have to be like spirits, doesn't have to be angels or demons or Greek gods or anything like that. You can have like the Ninja Turtles or the X-Men protecting you. Or it doesn't even have to be like people, you can have like a giant bear or a bunch of dogs or whatever protecting you. And it doesn't have to be anything animated. You can just put up just like a steel shield around you and your house. Maybe cover your entire body with like grade A American steel. Like Colossus from the X-Men. You can do anything. So for this one, I'm just going to use the angels from the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram, and part of the reason for that is, like unless you're under attack a lot, or or you don't really need super aggressive protection. And the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram, like most people, they get their start in magic and the occult with the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram. It's like one of the first things most people learn. So the angels are fresh in everyone's mind. Um, and so what we're going to do is we're just going to do the thought form. And another reason I'm doing this too is so you can kind of stack a couple of images on the thought form and kind of make it more intricate. That's another cool thing. You don't have to do it super simple and super fast. You can kind of layer it a little bit as you're going. So what we're going to do is we're just going to visualize the archangels from the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram, putting a big shield of protection around you, and a big wall of bright light. Now, I used to use white light a lot, because it's like a full spectrum. It's very pure. And then from there, it kind of switched to more of a golden white light. But now, like the older I get and stuff, now I really feel like just a pure bright yellow golden light pretty much works the best. So we're just going to do it just like the Lesser Banishment with the Pentagram. We'll start with Raphael. So visualize Raphael. You can even vibrate the name Raphael. You get the idea. But so real quick, we're just going to visualize Raphael standing in the east with a big pentagram and a big wall of the spirits of air. And now we'll move to the right. We're going to see Michael standing there with a big pentagram in front of him, a big wall of fire spirits protecting you. Now we're going to move to the west. Gabriel, pentagram, big bright white pentagram in front of him, with a big wall of water spirits behind him protecting you. And now we're going to go to the north for Earth, and we're just going to visualize Uriel with a big pentagram in front of him, bright and shining, protecting you, banishing all that energy, and a big wall of Earth spirits behind him protecting you. Now visualize real quick all of the angels filling your house and you, and putting this giant shield of bright golden yellow light, purifying you of any negative energy, putting such a powerful shield around you. And the white is so white and powerful that no negative energy can sustain in it. And good. Oh, now that's a pretty like thick Thoughtform. Okay, just slap it on there and let it rip. Now, you know, another cool tip or option is you can take a sigil just like this, and this is the solar spirit from the Olympic spirit of the sun from the orbital magic oak. And so you can do an evocation, charge the sigil, do an evocation, tell them what to do to put this big wall of protection around you with all these solar spirits. Make your little Thoughtform on the back, and then you can slap that on. And the cool thing with this is whenever you need to freshen up or you feel like you might need to freshen it up, you just turn the machine off, take the sigil, charge the sigil again, vibrate his name, give him his job again. Like basically like freshen up the Thoughtform in your head. You don't have to redraw the Thoughtform. Just kind of speak into the sigil as you're speaking to oak or whatever spirit you're working with, and then just kind of recharge it, turn it back on, and then bada bing, bada boom, it's all nice and freshened up. And you can also use this technique with a dialed machine, and then all you really need is a a witness sample for you and your house and loved ones or whatever on the output. So super simple technique, and it's one of the most powerful techniques. Like I really love the broadcaster for this style of technique. And, you know, if you're someone who's like active online and, you know, active in forums and stuff, and you need a little extra protection, I think 2 of these is pretty good. You know, you can set up a big wall of demons with more aggressive protection towards whoever is trying to harm you. And then the angels on another one, kind of giving that more like reinforced healing and light, you know. So, and no, I know mixing angels and demons for some people, it's definitely like you run the risk of it's sort of like mixing acids and bases, you know, or kind of like what happens when you mix baking soda and vinegar. But with radionics, for some reason, I've never had that problem with radionics. Radionics is definitely operating, even though it's the same mechanisms and the same material basically making it work. The same mechanisms are making the radionics works is what magic works. But radionics definitely works more on like an exchange of information, you know, than the spiritual and psychological models for magic. So I've never had that problem with these. And like I said, you can use it on a dialed box. I really like the broadcaster. The broadcaster is one of my favorite machines for protection. Number 1 is probably the vampire box, and I'll do a tutorial on that, how you can use a vampire box for optimal protection. But you got one of these and a vampire box, you know, it's pretty solid, you know. Unless you have like a really persistent enemy and stuff, it'll pretty much cover everything. So, oh, one last thing, if you guys are still here, LordByronJester.com is now a thing. I have my website up, and so on top of getting great deals on good radionics machines, we also are offering talismans and rituals now. So go ahead, check it out, LordByronJester.com. And yeah, once again, I wish you all the best on your magical journey. You guys take care.